welcome to Season 1, Episode 9 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and I'm feeling a lot more upbeat than I was in yesterday's episode. Coming up later in this show, we should have a double header of the end of season games on Livecom, starting with the home game against Nuneaton. But as you can see from the league table, we are top of the league again with 2 games to go. We're 2 points clear. We could win the league in the first of the 2 matches, which would be fantastic. But before we get into all that, let's see how we got here. So the last game in yesterday's Livecom was the 4-0 away win against FC United. It was a crazy game. I was very happy. 0-0 on 69 minutes, ended up winning 4-0. Doesn't get much better than that. We then had yet another game postponement. This game against Brackley has been postponed 3 or 4 times now over the course of the season. It was moved back from the Tuesday to the Friday, and we were due to be playing on the Saturday as well. So the game on the Saturday against Bradford Park Avenue was moved to the Sunday, which meant we had to play 2 games in 3 days, and there were 2 really important games. The Brackley game was the game in hand that we had, and luckily we managed to win. It was only 1-0. A Scott Garner goal. Still not firing on all cylinders, but good to pick up a win again. 1-0, good to keep a clean sheet for the second game in a row. And we were top of the league going into Saturday's games. We did drop down to second again on the Saturday because the teams around us won, pushed us back down to second place. But we played Bradford Park Avenue on the Sunday, mixed the team up a little bit. Dele Adevola just can't play 2 games in 3 games, 2 games in 3 days at 40 years old. So Joey Johnson came in. I played him as a target man for the first time, and he scored 2 goals. He played really well as the target man, and suddenly we've got another option up front to go alongside Dale Southwell. So Joey Johnson has become a target man. 3-0 win against Bradford Park Avenue. We were top of the league again. We then had the shortlists for the Conference North Player of the Year. We've got 3 players on the shortlist, which is fantastic for a team that were predicted to finish mid-table. Predictably, it's Dale Southwell, Carl Dixon and Kane Felix. They've all played really well. As much as I'd like it to go to Kyle Dixon because he's been fantastic, he's been ever present, so important for us, I just can't look further than Dale Southwell. He's got 25 goals in 29 games. He spent a chunk of the season out injured, but he's still the top scorer in Conference North with 2 games to go. It's been a fantastic season for him, so if he doesn't win that, I will be amazed. As is tradition in these situations as well, because I had players in the running and I'm not allowed to vote for my own players, I put my vote in for the lowest rated player on the list in the hope of basically spoiling my ballot. So I voted for Daniel Emerton. If he ends up winning, but hopefully Southwell will pick up the Player of the Season award because he's deserved it. He has been fantastic. Next game, away to Harrogate. Rather disappointing 0-0. It was back to some of those games where we just were dominating but weren't able to score goals. It's a shame because if we'd have won that, we actually could have been 4 points clear with 2 games to go, which would have put us in a really, really strong position. But at least we kept our 3rd clean sheet on the bounce. We are as we get towards the end of matches or in away games, dropping Scott Garner a little deeper to sit in front of the back 4 and switching to counter, and it is helping to shore things up defensively. So fingers crossed I've solved the problem of conceding too many goals, and hopefully that will carry on into today's game. And we just need to get a goal and hopefully keep things secure at the back. We did secure a playoff spot with that with that draw, and that's how the league table looks with 2 games to go. So we're playing Nuneaton today, who have a lot to play for themselves. They're in 6th place, level on points with 5th place Hensford, and we'll be pushing for a playoff spot. So it's certainly not going to be one of those games where the opposition sort of rolls over for us to tickle their tummy. So we've got to be on our game, but we're at home. And fingers crossed, if we can pick up a win and Lowestoft don't, then we'll win the league today, and that will be a fantastic turnaround from where we were even at the start of this month. So, team selection wise, and I've got some decisions to make. Will Summerfield came off the bench. Well, he's come off the bench in the last few games and has been playing really, really well. Kane Felix, on the other hand, hasn't been playing as well as late. So, potentially quite a big decision, but I'm dropping Kane Felix for such an important match and playing Summerfield out wide on the left. We've got Felix on the bench, so he can come on maybe to change the game later on if he needs to. But But yeah, I hope it's not a decision I'm going to live to regret. But Summerfield has been playing so well that I just don't see how I can leave him out. The other option would be to drop Jack Hartley and play Felix out on the right wing. But Hartley again has been playing really well. So we're going with this to start the match. The rest of the team has been pretty much unchanged for the last 4 or 5 games now. Joey Johnson's playing as the target man again. I just hope I don't regret the Summerfield decision. But you know, I've got Felix on the bench. He can come on if we need him. And with the pace that he's got, if we bring him on with 20 minutes, half an hour to go, he's got the potential to absolutely terrify any team in this league. So could be a very handy player to have on the bench. We're huge favourites to win this match. And as I say, if we win and Lowestoft don't, would that make us champions? So we'd be on 72. Yeah, so a win, if we win and they draw even, we're winning the league. So what I'm going to do, yes, Alex Scott's playing well, but I want to set it up so that I've got the other scores on the screen, so that we can keep an eye on the Lowestoft match as well. Because even if we draw and they lose, we've got a better goal difference, and could effectively win the league that way. Although it wouldn't be mathematical. But let's get the latest scores on the screen. Where can we put this that it's not going to get in the way? If we put it down there, can we squash this up a little bit? There you go. If we put that down there and make sure we have the Lowestoft game where we can see it. Where are they? So they're away to Tamworth. And really, if Tamworth win, that's what we need. So hopefully we can do our part. Tamworth can do their part, and we can win the league in the first of these 2 games. That would be a fantastic result. But getting ahead of myself a little bit, we need to make sure that we do our part in our game. And not worry. Oh, Tamworth have taken the lead. Right, now we just need to get a goal. So Lowestoft are losing. That's massive for us. We need to focus on our game as well, though. Obviously, nothing's really happening so far. I kind of wish we could have the sort of picture-in-picture and have the Lowestoft game on screen as well. But I don't think my computer could handle it, even if it was possible in FM, which it probably isn't. Should be. If you're watching Sports Interactive, that's a feature we want in future versions of Football Manager, because that would be awesome. And if you can do it, let me know in the comments how. Because for games like this, it would be awesome to sort of split the screen and have both games going on at the same time, so I could keep an eye on both of them. Nothing's happening at all in our game though. Same old story. We're dominating possession, creating lots of chances, but nothing has been highlight worthy yet. And yeah, it's all very quiet. Lowestoft are still losing as we approach half time. Come on, if we can get a goal here and Lowestoft can carry on as they are, then we can win the league. Oh, it's getting exciting. I'm standing up for this episode. I'm sort of bouncing around from foot to foot, getting very excited at the prospect of winning the league. It's probably all going to go wrong in this second half now. Right, come on lads, we need a goal. It's kind of been a pattern of this run of good results that we've been on, that we don't really start playing until the second half. It started with the FC United game and carried on into the next few wins as well. Very, very quiet first halves. And then, possibly because of the high tempo passing game that we play, we're tiring teams out and then doing well in the second half. At Lowestoft have equalised. We really do need a win now. As we said before, if we win and they draw, we do still win the league. We just don't want them to come back into the game. Southwell with a chance there, and that was a good chance as well. You would have expected him to score there. But we've got a corner. Hartley to whip the corner in. And Garner should have done better with the header, really. Should at least be testing the goalkeeper. Lionel Stone's picked up a knock, hopefully. Oh, he's pulled a hamstring. Now, do we keep him on? We do have an option on the bench. I certainly don't want to be dropping Scott Garner back. He's been so important in midfield in this run. Bringing him back into midfield has been a massive difference maker for us. It's where he was playing at the start of the season when we were doing well, and it's made a big difference having him back there once Stone got fit again. But here we are, 20 minutes to go. We've got Darcy O'Connor. He's not played many games for us, but if Stone's got a hamstring problem, we really can't be keeping him on the pitch. So let's bring Darcy O'Connor on. And then what can we do to mix things up a bit up front? I think I'm going to go to the 4-2-3-1. And we're going to take Dale Southwell off. He's just not playing well. He has these games where he just doesn't seem to get involved. So if we bring Kane Felix on for him, and then we can stick Felix out on the right, Summerfield on the left, Dixon in the middle. Oh, we've got Hartley still on the pitch. Hold on. So if we have Hartley there, put Summerfield into the middle, and Hartley and Felix out wide. That works, I think. Make sure Gardner's playing as a ball-winning midfielder. And that looks like a good team to me. We just need to get a goal. What's going on in the Lowestoft game? They're still drawing. We really do need to get a goal here. The longer it goes on, the more likely we are to concede, and it all gets a bit messy then. Right, it's suddenly 2-2 in the Lowestoft game. It's gone from 1-1 to 2-2. They've fallen off the screen. We can't have them off the screen. Right, do we need to make another change? How are we doing? We've only really got Ben Marlowe as an option to bring on. Don't want to be taking Scott. I've got no one to bring off for him. We're just going to leave it as we are, I think. And just hope Tamworth get a goal. We could win the league by default. Tamworth have scored. It's 3-2 at Tamworth. Right, as it stands, we'll be 3 points clear with a game to go. Oh, Lowestoft have equalised though. Everything's going on at the Tamworth Lowestoft game. We just need to grab a goal and hope Lowestoft don't grab a late winner. Come on, this is our opportunity. Johnson's lost out on the ball there. Garner to Dixon, Summerfield. Johnson has scored. That's into the top corner. We're 1-0 up. 5 minutes to go. Lowestoft are still only drawing. If things stay as they are, we win the league, I think, if my maths works. Let's watch the replay. This was a lovely goal from Joey Johnson. He's been so disappointing all season, but he has just come alive in these last 3 or 4 games when we needed him most. And that is a lovely goal. Right, we just want things to stay as they are now. We certainly don't want to see Lowestoft score. A Tamworth goal would be lovely. We should have switched to counter. I'm getting too overexcited. We don't want to be throwing men forward when we're trying to protect the lead. Mills with the throw in. Summerfield's picked the ball up. Loads of space. Plays it to Hartley. We've got a penalty in the 90th minute. It's still 3-3 in the Tamworth Lowestoft game. If we score this, we win the league. I think it's Zach Mills with the penalty. Come on, Zach Mills. For the league title. It's 2-0. I think that is that. It doesn't really matter what goes on at well, I suppose it does if Lowestoft score. We'll still only be 2 points ahead of them. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But hopefully things stay as they are in the Lowestoft game. We can't lose now, surely. There's only 2 minutes of injury time left to play. And we're 2-0 up. Lowestoft have just had a player sent off. Surely this is going our way. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. It would be hideous to not win the league from this position now. And that's full time. Now we just need to see what happened in the Lowestoft game. Right, my fingers are crossed. Hopefully it's all gone the right way for us. I don't think there are any more permutations that I missed before the match. Come on, let's have that notification saying we've won the title. That's what we want. Come on. It's thinking, because it's deciding whether or not we've won the league. It's checking and double checking. I think we have won the league. I hope we've won the league. I really am just dancing around now. And yes, the achievements are popping. We've been promoted in our first season. That is a fantastic result. I think that's what the achievements were anyway. I'm getting excited again. There we are. We are champions. 4 points clear with a game to go. That is fantastic. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to leave this episode here because I'll do the next one. I'll do the last game in the next episode with then a review of the season as a whole. Because I'm too excited to play another game now. I need to go and run around the garden for a few minutes to calm down. That's fantastic. If you've enjoyed this episode, and if you've enjoyed this season, what a season it's been, make sure you pop a like on the episode. I'd love to get to 50 likes on this episode to celebrate winning the title. And to find out what happens next and how we get on in the Conference National, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much for watching.